Hello, and welcome to the Monster Painter. This week, we take a look at the latest Frostgrave expansion, Blood Legacies. And after we take a look at the latest Frostgrave expansion, stay tuned for your chance to win some rare and precious Monster Painter swag. So it's no secret that I am an avid fan of Frostgrave and have collected all these supplements. And I was very excited when this new one, Blood Legacy, came out. And Osprey gives us a solid binding, a well-produced book with a good layout, great design, engaging artwork by Arumer, backed up with that excellent miniature photography that we have come to know and expect from the Frostgrave line. So the book itself, solid, beautiful, excellent. Now this is the 10th expansion for Frostgrave, and Joe's intent has always been to offer us new and interesting experiences for tabletop gaming. And I think he manages to deliver on this promise this time. 10 expansions, it must be getting more and more challenging for him to come up with something interesting and new. So what does he give us? So off the bat, we are given vampire-led warbands, a novel warband, and they're presented in a very effective thematic way. The vampires' special abilities are portrayed as spells, and they really do reflect those folkloric and cinematic characteristics that we all know about in the vampire mythology. And they are pretty well. It's a pretty well balanced warband. It's not overpowered. It has weaknesses to offset its advantages. The vampire doesn't have an apprentice, so a vampire warband is casting half as many spells potentially. And overall, it was a very well balanced, playable kind of warband. I know it's intended to be more of an adversary than 4 players, but the rules are there. And one thing that Joe made clear that you should obey is that if you're going to play a vampire warband, talk it out with your fellow players. I neglected to do that when I tested out this warband, and one of my buddies was more than a bit salty about me using such a novel band. So Joe's advice is very solid. Make sure your co-players are okay with it. Otherwise, I found the vampire warband to be very nicely balanced, very playable, not overpowered, and definitely a new gaming experience. You can take vampire warbands into the Frostgrave world. What fun is that? Vampire warbands not enough for you? Well, we get frost giant wizards and their warbands. Unlike the vampire warband, I don't think this type of warband is going to be balanced at all. I mean, they're tough, they're big and powerful. This is more of an adversarial warband to put some pressure and threat on those high-level wizards that we all sometimes develop. And again, the offering is interesting. The fire giant wizards have a variety of unique spells. They have some interesting restrictions. They are big and tough and dangerous, as an opponent should be. It's possible that if everybody agreed to use fire giant warbands, you could do a campaign that way, or possibly if you were entering into a high-level campaign already, a fire giant warband won't be too unbalanced, but they are definitely intended to be heavy-hitting opponents, which is pretty exciting. Battling some fire giant wizards is going to be a challenge and a new experience for us old-timey Frostgrave players. As a little sweetener, we also get giant-blooded soldiers. So these are just basically the regular soldiers pumped up a bit. They're angry, so they have a weak will, and they're the great big tough guy versions of all the other soldiers. So that's a fun little bit of flavor to add to your games. Joe also offers us some rules for playing very high-level wizards, which is is pretty welcomed because some of us have played, the same warband 20 or 30 times, and that wizard's getting pretty awfully tough and is running out of options. So with this expansion, we get some interesting rules for those high-level wizards, and I'm more than thankful for that. But as we all know, Frostgrave is not about novel warbands or 80th level elementalists blasting everything to bits. It's about the scenarios. And Blood Legacy gives us 6 missions over 2 short campaigns. One where you battle vampires, and the other where you battle fire giants, unsurprisingly. The Eventide Manor is a vampire campaign, and it's pretty solid Frostgrave stuff. I mean, you're going out to loot a vampire's manor. Classic. So the first 2 missions are presented in that manner where one player plays their warband and the other player plays the vampire warband in opposition, and then you're supposed to repeat the scenario with the player who played the vampire warband playing their own warband and the opponent playing the vampire warband, and you do that for the first 2 scenarios, and then they both come together to face the dreaded Lord Dantes, a vampire lord in a smoky chamber and a lovely and exciting looking battle with burning skeletons and all sorts of chaos. And that's all well and good, but I think what really makes this set of scenarios interesting is that you could play it in a game master sort of style, where one person just plays their warband and the other person operates the monsters, and you go right through the whole thing. And it has a lot of potential as a great way to introduce new players to Frostgrave without the head-to-head tension of 2 warbands battling it out. And I think that's pretty exciting, and I'm looking forward to playing these scenarios in that kind of manner. In the second campaign, the Caves of Findalaka, we face the fire giants, and it's great. We get all the candy. Extremely dangerous monster opponents in the form of fire giant wizards. I mean, oh my god, those are dangerous. Some awesome arcane magic treasure, a grimoire that holds the secrets of exotic fire giant magic, and perhaps one of the rarest things in any Frostgrave supplement, a little bit of fluff. We learn that the region to the north of the old city of Felstad has been ruled and is continuing to be ruled by various petty fire giant kingdoms. And yeah, a lot of danger and excitement to the north of Old Felstad. We're finally learning a little bit about the world that we're playing in. And I have to say, it's all win-win-win as far as I'm concerned. The book is rounded out with some new and very interesting treasures. If my warband got a hold of any of these, I think they are all keepers and I wouldn't be selling them. We also get a bestiary, a few old monsters make reappearances, but we get a wide variety of new and particularly dangerous monsters. One that's noteworthy for its real disgustingness and terrifyingness is got to be the Leech Wolf. I don't know how I'm going to find a model for this, but it's definitely a stimulating looking terror. There you have it, folks. Blood Legacy. A well-written, well-produced, well-illustrated book full of brand new adventures, new excitement, new challenges, and new dangers, giving more fun for your Frostgrave tabletop. And do I think it's a good book? Absolutely. I think it's so good that it's well worth the $42.95 Canadian that this baby cost. Wow, you made it through the whole video. That must mean you really want some of this genuine MonsterPainter swag. Well, to enter to win, it's very simple. Just leave a comment in the comments section below. Let me know what you think of my videos. Let me know what you'd like to see in future videos. Let me know what you'd like to see less in my videos. And I'll put all those names in a hat, and then in 2 weeks, on February 8th, I will draw the names from the hat and announce the winner at the end of Tuesday, February 8th's video. So get typing. You could win a genuine MonsterPainter Math Rock Bag. How cool is that? Next week on the MonsterPainter, I try to get some stuff done. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe.